Welcome to Sales Chaos TV. My name is Dan Walshman. I am the co-host. My buddy over here, Todd Schneck, is the other co-host. We both happen to be runners, strategists, authors, speakers.
That's the perfect way to do the intro.
I should have done this every time.
New intro. Todd Schneck, Dan Walshman.
That's right. So if you're watching this show, you watch it every week, you know how we do it. We take 8 minutes, we put it on the clock, we talk about a subject. When we're done, we think we've solved the matter. Like, there is no more discussion on the matter. It's been solved.
Case closed.
We've taken care of it. So today we have a topic that is very important because it's affected you and you're pissed off about it right now. You just don't know it. Or you may know it, looking at your inbox. The topic today is about bad behavior on LinkedIn. So what we hope to get from this episode today is the fact, don't be the dude doing bad behavior and how to handle it if you're the one getting bad behavior. So talk to us about how this happens, Todd.
Oh, well, what pisses me off about people utilizing LinkedIn, every social tool is different. Everybody uses it differently, and that's okay. But I think there are certain practices on LinkedIn that I think negatively impact your presence there. And boy, I think you and I can write this list off and a bunch of things. One of the things that really frustrates me about it is there is a status update. You can submit your status as to what you're doing. And I hate people who feed their Twitter stream.
Oh, well, I do that.
Okay, well, you got to stop. Why do you do that? What's the point?
Because I have different communities on each. I have different communities, and I want to share the same thing with each sometimes. But
Twitter and LinkedIn is different.
Oh, wait, are you saying feed? You shouldn't feed Twitter into LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't do that. I thought you meant don't put the same message to both places.
Oh, well, where the message is appropriate for both audiences, and sure, that makes sense. I'm just saying the automated feed to where whenever you put something on Twitter, it goes into LinkedIn.
That's right. No need to do that.
It's silly.
No need to do that.
It's distracting. It's clutter, and quite honestly, I think it negatively impacts your performance there.
Now,
something else that pisses me off.
Well, let me jump in with one too. So here's the thing that I find annoying about LinkedIn. Remember, so that's an easy one, right? If you're on, you don't necessarily need to set it up so everything you put on Twitter goes into LinkedIn. Second thing you should do is you've seen it. Someone you know or think you know loosely connects with you on LinkedIn. You're like, yeah, sure, let's connect. And then 2 or 3 days later, you get this email saying, "Hey, buy into my Gold Secrets 5,000 program to make unlimited cash from your bedroom for the rest of your life." And you're thinking, "Oh my gosh."
The problem there, Dan, is LinkedIn, I think, if you use it correctly, is the best social media tool that exists in terms of creating business opportunity.
Right.
Problem is most people don't use it correctly. And the best tip that I can suggest here is only connect with people that you know and have a relationship with. Too many people just it's all about this numbers and audience envy problem where they just want to have 1,000 people.
Yeah.
They don't, because the whole magic of LinkedIn, it's linked, called LinkedIn, which means I'm linked to this individual and I want your help to link me to that guy because he can be important to me in my business. And so when you go to someone and say, "Hey, I see that you're following John Smith, can you connect me?" And I say, "I don't really know John Smith." Well, what's the point of LinkedIn?
Yeah.
So that when people do that, then that feeds the problem that you were just talking about, where people are starting to spam you.
That's right. Well, people feel like because they'll say in-mails get read 4 times more likely than just your average email, which is true. I think one of the reasons behind that is the fact that I get fewer in-mails than I get emails.
Sure,
so of course, naturally, I'm going to probably, those with a little curiosity, I'll read those things. Here's another bad behavior. So don't just feed everything you do on Twitter into LinkedIn. Probably a different audience there. 2, I hear you, don't just friend everybody. 3, don't message everybody 5 minutes after you friend them on Facebook. Build a relationship. I mean, we talk about this every week with a different subject. It's all about people. These are people. Think about this. Let's say you're at your home, you're watching the game, with your family, football, it's a great weekend. All of a sudden, someone that you think you know throws open the front door, comes running in, jumps on the couch, elbows out everybody, and it's like, "Hey, listen to what I have to say." Look, we don't like that guy. We just don't like
that guy.
Don't be that guy. And it's easy to hate that guy when you see it happening on your couch while you're watching your football game. But it's no different on social media. It's like that. If there's someone says, "Oh, I don't have a problem with that," then you have a problem with it, right? I mean, it's that bad behavior. You don't need to message everybody 5 seconds after they're a friend. I mean, like Todd said, the name of the community is called LinkedIn. So link up with people, have relationships with people. It's really bad behavior the first time you meet somebody to start spilling your guts. I mean, you wouldn't do that in public.
Yeah.
Some people do, if like Chamber of Commerce, and like, hey, I'm Dan Walsh, would you like to buy everything I have? That's 50% off.
Well, the rule of thumb is always, how would you interact with people at a face-to-face networking event? And apply that same principle. The other thing I don't like about LinkedIn is groups. LinkedIn groups is a phenomenal little mini community of people talking around subject matter.
So you don't like it, or you do
I like groups.
You like it, okay.
I hate what people do on groups. And when someone poses a question, hey, I'm struggling with X, can anybody give me some ideas on how I can maybe solve this problem? And the people who get it are saying, hey, well, that's a common problem. I struggle with that too. You might want to consider trying this, or might want to consider trying that. Then all of a sudden, boom, someone pops in there. I wrote an article about that. Click here to read it. Well, they're just trying to drive traffic to the website, and they're utilizing that community.
Or they'll say something like, I own a consulting company. If you pay me a lot of money, I can help you with that. And it's like, oh, come on. Look, someone went there to ask a question to get help. Now, LinkedIn Answers was like the hottest thing.
Yeah.
Now, I got to tell you, I had some really great answers that I got whatever high marks for. I haven't been back to it in probably 2 years in answering questions, but I know it's a great way. If you have questions, you need answers, you can go right there. Again, stop pitching yourself. People are going there to build relationships. What I did, let me tell you some bad behavior that I had to stop. I was in about 20 different groups, which is not a lot. LinkedIn lets you have 50 groups. I was in a lot of sales and marketing groups. I didn't, like you said, I got so fed up with the vibe, with this, everybody, well, check out me. I just landed this client, and you should read my article. And it's just like, oh my gosh, stop. I left in one Saturday evening, I think 12 of those 20 groups, and I focused it down to, I'm actually part of social media today, and a few focus groups that I'm actually involved in.
Yep.
And then I dropped out of everything else because I just realized I don't want relationships with those kind of people. And if that's where those kind of people are, I'm not going to be there.
Well, another problem that I see happening a lot on LinkedIn that I think people do, and I think they make a poor strategic decision doing so, is that they're a marketer, say, okay?
Right.
So they're out there in the marketplace trying to sell marketing and consulting services, and they join 50 marketing groups.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is then a collection of marketing consultants talking about how good their article is. Well,
that's right.
There's no value there.
Swapping tips on what
So
works.
join groups of people where your target market is and play in that sandbox as opposed to joining a marketing group. Yeah, there's value in joining a marketing group to where maybe you're going to get educated and learn some things. But don't use that as a business development strategy. So
we've got about a minute and 15 seconds left. And one thing we talked about several bad behaviors. One, don't just friend everybody. Don't message everybody. No need to spam everybody. Don't just join every group. Just because your friends are there, because it's called marketing, that may not be what your client really
keep
is.
the profiles updated too, for God's sake.
I'm going to say something. Be human. So it's funny. There's no axe murderers, no pedophiles, right? No bad husbands who beat their wives on LinkedIn. Everybody's a ninja. right? Everybody's a ninja.
Or a guru.
Or a guru. And so I think one of the things that's bad behavior, it's not evil behavior, but something you need to work on, is being human. It's like, look, here's what I'm really good at. No one's life has been a complete wonderful success. We've had ups and downs. So I think it's really bad behavior to have a profile that's like, I'm this amazing web ninja guru of the universe type thing.
Marketing superhero.
Just it makes you unbelievable. And really, you're that guy at the family reunion that no one wants to hang around, right? It's just like, he's always talking about
You might can get away with that on Twitter because it's a different kind of audience, but there's a lot of real serious executives on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
And who don't look upon that kind of a personal description fondly.
Well, it's very interesting, too, when you look at some of your biggest clients, and we're out of time, so I'll shut up. They're Fortune 100 CEOs and management teams, and you look at their profiles, and then look at your profile. You're just not acting the right way. So we got to take a step back from some of these social tools. They're great tools. LinkedIn's great. We're on it. You should be on it. But it's better to not be on it than to have some of these bad behaviors.
Outstanding. That wraps this episode of Sales Chaos. On behalf of Dan Walshman, I'm Todd Schnitt. We'll see you next time on Sales Chaos TV.